Hello everyone and welcome to the show where we go over some of the most interesting pieces of news in gaming. This week we take a look at the release of the Xbox One S console, details about the Nintendo NX launch lineup, Destiny 2, and Civilization 6. This is Game Byte. Microsoft's update to the Xbox One console, titled the Xbox One S, was released this week. The new version of the console sports a sleeker frame and is 40% smaller than the original, while also housing an internal power supply. The Xbox One S is also more than just a cosmetic upgrade. It supports 4K media playback and also support for high dynamic range, which gets you more accurate color and deeper blacks. That is, as long as the game you're playing supports it. The console also feels a bit snappier thanks to its overclocked CPU. It should make navigating the Xbox's user interface a little bit snappier. And finally, the controller supplied with the Xbox One S features some improvements. The new controller features textured grips and Bluetooth for wireless connectivity with a Windows PC. Microsoft states that this is the best controller they've ever built, which is a confusing statement considering they designed and released their very own Elite controller mere months ago. Even more confusing to its consumers is of course the planned release of yet another Xbox One console in 2017 titled Project Scorpio. That console will boast massively improved specs and will likely be comparable to a high-end gaming PC. Speaking of console releases, we now know a bit more about the NX's launch lineup. If you recall, the Wii U didn't have the most impressive launch lineup, and many attribute this to the console's relative failure. Well, it seems Nintendo won't let history repeat itself. Earlier this week, sources told video game news site MCV that Nintendo is planning a more impressive launch this time around. The sources mentioned that within the 6-month launch window of the NX, we can expect a Mario game, the new Legend of Zelda game Breath of the Wild, and a Pokemon game. With the NX reportedly being a portable gaming console, this seems like a no-brainer, as Pokemon fans the world over are excitedly awaiting the next coming installment of Pokemon on the 3DS titled Pokemon Sun and Moon. While we obviously don't know any more information about the alleged Pokemon game, let's just hope that it's more than just a port of Sun and Moon. I hope Nintendo finally gives us what we've been clamoring for, which is a true open-world Pokemon game full of pretty scenery, harrowing adventure, and of course catching hundreds and hundreds of Pokemon. Moving on to another game that a lot of people are eagerly anticipating, which is Destiny 2. Destiny 2 is of course being released in 2017, and earlier this week during Activision's earnings call, CEO of Activision Eric Hirshberg told us that the majority of the team at Bungie is actually focused entirely on creating Destiny 2. This isn't necessarily anything new, and has most likely been the case for some time now. Of course, Destiny fans like myself don't have to wait till 2017 to get their hands on some new Destiny content. The new expansion for Destiny 1 titled Rise of Iron is being released September 20th. In fact, Destiny Rise of Iron is the cover story of this month's Game Informer magazine. We've already been given lots of information about this expansion, with much more coming later this month. I've been covering it all this week, so to learn more, hit the eye in the upper right hand corner for a playlist of those videos. And finally, I want to leave you with a link to some gameplay footage of the upcoming Sid Meier's Civilization 6. IGN has posted a video featuring Anton Stringer, the game's senior gameplay designer. He shows off the new game as well as some of the game's new features, like the new civics tree and experience boosts for researching technology you're more geographically and politically suited for. If you're as big as a fan as I am of the Civilization franchise, the video is definitely worth a watch. I'll leave a link in the description. Anyways, are you Xbox fans out there getting an Xbox One S, or are you waiting for next year's Project Scorpio? Or perhaps you're saving your ducats for a Nintendo NX. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. So drop a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more content, and I will see you all next week for another Game Byte.